Recording in progress. Recording stopped.
Jeremy.
Good morning, Advocate.
Good morning, how are you?
I'm well, thanks.
We have a quorum.
We have 4 provincial whips present, Advocate. We're just waiting for more members to join.
Oh.
Colleagues, we are going to start with our meeting. I'm not so sure if it would seem like we do have the quorum, looking at the number of people who have joined into the meeting. I'm not using my own gadget, so I've got technical challenges with mine. So never mind the name
Recording
that is
in progress.
appearing on my gadget. Let me take this opportunity and officially welcome you in this meeting. The meeting is officially open. We do have an agenda. If I may request, Advocate, that it be flighted.
Thank you very much. We just want to confirm we have a quorum. Jeremy, do you have a quorum now?
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Sorry, my apologies. Jeremy.
Advocate and honorable members, yes, we do query, Advocate. Thank you.
Okay.
All right, thank you very much. We do have a quorum.
Thank you so much. Thanks, Advocate. Thank you. You were flighting the agenda. Can it be flighted? Honorable members, there's an agenda before us. Can I move to the next item of the agenda, which are apologies? Are there any apologies?
Chair, I have not received any apologies. I'm not sure if the Chief Whip has received any apologies.
Okay. Chief Whip, any apologies?
Morning, Chairperson. No apologies from my side.
Thank you very much, Chief Whip. And I take it that there aren't any apologies in this meeting. We now move on to the next item, which there is the consideration of the agenda. There's an agenda before us, honorable members. Can I put it for adoption?
Nonkonyana, I do move.
Thank you so much, Honorable Nonkonyana. Any seconder?
Good morning, I do second the move, Chair.
Okay. As seconded by Honorable Mulukume. Thank you so much. We now move on to the next item, which are the minutes of the meeting that was held on the 25th of July. Then they are being duly circulated. We'll just go through them item page by page. Is there anything on page 1? Page 2?
Can I just request, Programming Chair, sorry, how were these circulated and when? Because I must be honest, I haven't seen them. I have checked my emails.
Chair,
Honorable Badenhorst, will you direct your question via the chairperson? The programming chairperson might not have an idea. So if you could just direct it via me, and then I will then accordingly request.
Apologies, Chair. Yes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
My apology.
Advocate.
Thank you very much. The documents were circulated yesterday after the WIPARI meeting. They were emailed to honorable members. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I also received mine yesterday, late in the evening. So I take it that that is so with the other members, but then if there was an omission from your side, probably you can just go back and check your emails, Honorable Badenos. If it's still not there, probably they may have omitted you, and they would request that that it be fixed if that is the case. We move on to number 3, page 3. Four. 5. 6. 'The last page. Those are the minutes, colleagues, of the 25th of July. I therefore put them before the House for adoption if there aren't any changes. Am I audible, honorable members?
You are, Chair.
Yes. Yes.
You are, Chair.
Okay, thank you so much. Can I then put the minutes for adoption?
Honorable Chair, Chairperson.
Oh, let me see the raise of hands. Yes, there's Honorable Mukweli. Sorry, I forgot. Honorable Mukweli, yes?
No, thanks very much, Chair, and greeting to all honorable members in the platform. Chair, without much ado, like as we have been going through the meeting page by page, I also went through the minutes. These minutes are the true reflection of what transpired on the said day. So I therefore move to adopt the minutes as presented. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Mukweli. Honorable Sithole, any second?
Thank you very much, Chairperson. Greetings to the honorable members and your good self, Chairperson. I am rising to second the minutes as a true reflection. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Sithole. You can then lower your hands as well. Thank you so much. Then we move on to the next item of the agenda, which are matters arising from the previous meeting. Over to you, Advocate.
Thank you very much, Chair. All the programmed activities took place on the 25th. On the 25th and the 30th of July, we had policy debates. Then on the 31st of July, we had a sitting consideration of the appropriation bill. Then from the 5th to the 19th of August, it was constituency period. From the 20th to the 21st of August, we had the provincial whips and chairpersons of committees workshop. Then the 27th to the 28th, we had 3 sphere planning session. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Advocate. Any other matters from members that we might think that may have been omitted? We are fine. Honourable member, there was a matter of DP having to come before the House and reply to oral question. There was a request that was put forth by ourselves that we request him to reconsider the date and look at his schedule. And he has since accordingly came back. He is available on the 7th of November. And therefore, will not be taking his questions oral reply on the 19th anymore, but then on the 7th of November. I don't know whether that is in line with the specified time frame or any other thoughts before the meeting. Honorable Mananiso and Honorable Mukweli, in that order. Honorable Mananiso.
Chair, he left the meeting, I think maybe mistakenly. Maybe the administration can check with her.
Helen, I can't hear.
I'm saying Honorable Mananiso left the meeting. I think it is mistakenly. If the administration can check with her, Chair.
Okay. Oh,
Yes.
okay, that's fine. We'll get her back then. I'll take Honorable Mukweli, which he will then be followed by Honorable Billy, and of course the Deputy Chairperson.
No, thanks, Chairperson. Not she. We understand that this is a woman month. Everybody is a woman.
I'm sorry.
No, Chair. No, we agree for this month. Everything is Malibongwe. Chair, in fact, my Malibongwe. So, Chair, my issue is what you have been raising. I don't have problem with the new date that has been put forward by the Deputy President, which we all also happy that it's gonna be physical. But my question that maybe I want the administration or anyone to clarify me is whether we are still going to be within the time schedule or the issue of the quarter, that if he's coming on the 9th of November, are we still find that we don't miss this opportunity within this quarter? Because, you know, at the 7th administration chair, as we have indicated previously, we want to start with the good footing. We don't want to start by missing other leg. If we are still fine in terms of being within the quarter, we are more than fine, because remember in the previous meeting, we all wanted to meet the Deputy President physically so that we can interact with him like we did, even though during the 3-sphere planning session, it was just a small time. So we wanted that opportunity so that we feel that indeed the executive is accounting to us as members of the NCOP. So I just wanted to clarify on that. Other than that, I'm fine with the date, more so that it is going to be physical, Chair. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Mukweli. Can we get Honorable Billy?
Thank you very much, Chairperson. Good morning, honorable members. Honorable Mokwela has partly covered what I wanted to check, particularly with maybe Advocate Pindela is better placed to advise the committee on whether that will not be in violation of our own rules if the Deputy President is allowed to instead come in November instead of coming within this term. Because I think in our last meeting, and I think Chairperson, you probably forgot to mention that would potentially be in violation of the rules in your address. Maybe if we can just get clarity there, because certainly we don't want to be in violation. And I think in our last engagement, it was very much expressed that the committee and the House is where the executive account, and it would be incorrect and setting a completely wrong precedent to instead be told by the executive on when they are willing to be available to come and account to the House. And I don't think that the Honorable Chairperson would want to take that direction and put us in that situation. I think if the committee has got a proposed date, it is procedural and correct that the executive comply with the requirements that we put in place. Thanks, Chairperson.
Yeah, maybe Honorable Billy, before I open to the others, let me remind the meeting that the set date was the 19th. It is this very same meeting that has accordingly proposed that let this be deferred. And the very same question I'm posing now, it's a question that I even posed in the last meeting to say that go back and check if can't we move this to another date, as we've indicated that this might possibly be the available date within the quarter. Now, that has since been done, and from where I'm seated, it is way outside the quarter in terms of accountability. Now, the next available date is the 7th of November. And as we speak about this, we must bear in mind that it was our initiative as this meeting, primarily because of the NCOP week and vis-a-vis seeing DP in person addressing the House in the chamber. So I think as we engage on this matter, please let's be reminded of the previous resolution. Honorable Deputy Chair.
Good morning, Honorable Chairperson, and good morning to all the colleagues who are on the platform. Chair, look, I don't have a problem with the request that's coming from the DP's office, provided that we must always keep in mind that the executive accounts to us. But in this instance, I think just because the DP was with us 2 days ago, and there wasn't an opportunity for him to respond to questions at that time. So I don't have a problem so long as it does not affect our program and anything that does with the NCOP schedule as we go forward. So I don't have a problem with moving it to the 7th of November, Chair. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Deputy Chairperson. Honorable Chief Whip.
Thank you, Chairperson. Again, greetings to yourself and the leadership on the podium of the institution, together with my colleagues. Chair, as I get that already we have 2 dates from both the president and the deputy president, both for this quarter and the third quarter, and I suspect it is only correct that we locate their proactiveness within Rule 2251, which says the deputy president must answer questions once per quarter. I indeed want to put a proposition that as the leader, the deputy president is the leader of government business, who ensures that the executive, the ministers, are able to respond to questions and attend answers to the legislature. It will be a wrong precedent for the deputy president to miss this quarter, because he is required to answer questions every term. And if he doesn't come on the date that we have identified, it will be he will be in violation of rules. And I suspect there could be that confusion, but I suspect the issue of virtual platform, having a virtual platform on that day, because it will be during the provincial week. It was meant to ensure that despite the provincial week, we create the necessary platform for the president, for the deputy president, not to be in violation of rules. So the representation that I want to make, Chair, is that let's stick to the date so that the deputy president, who hold the ministers accountable for answering, for being answerable to this house, let us not put him in a political quagmire, because now it will be difficult for him to hold those ministers accountable, because he would have violated the rules himself. So therefore, I want to make a humble and sincere representation to the meeting, that let's allow the deputy president to come and address us through a visual platform that was meant to accommodate the situation, that we don't want him to be in violation of rules, but also we continue with our provincial week. Thank you, Chair.
No, thank you very much, Chief Whip. There is Honorable Khadebe and
No,
Honorable
thank you.
Mokwele.
Thank you, Honorable Chairperson. Good morning, everyone on the platform. Yeah, Chair, I agree with the Chief Whip that the issue of the visual platform meetings is in the rules of the NCOP. So if we cannot all be here physically on the 19th because of the tail end, the week which the NCOP takes to this thing, we can resort to that, to the visual platform, because it is within the rules. But there's nothing, again, if the members feel that they want to see the deputy president physically, it means that if he misses this one, it means that in the next quarter, he must appear twice, so that we cover the time which we have lost. So if as I said, that the problem with the visual platform now is that we will be in our constituencies. Sometimes the places where we are, the signal is very poor. We might be lost during that sitting. But there's nothing wrong, even in the NA, there are many times where the president will miss his quarterly question session. But in the next quarter, we always ensure that he comes twice. So I think that the side of the administration can check, because one disadvantage, as I said, I agree with it, but one disadvantage is that if we are going to be on the rural areas during that week, some of us will be off, will not be participating. But there's nothing wrong in requesting that he must provide us 2 days in the next quarter to cover for this quarter. What is critical here is that he must account. But if it is not physically possible during that quarter, it must be programmed for in the next quarter for 2 question sessions so that you can cover the other one. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, House Chair. We'll now move on to Honorable Mokwele and Honorable Farmer.
No, thanks, Chairperson, once again for the opportunity, because the answer that I was looking for, I've been answered. And Chair, in fact, I'm not agreeing with the latter speaker, because we mustn't put ourselves in a quagmire. Because we can't not follow the rule because of the situation. Honorable House Chair was more than correct when he was saying that the rules is allowing us to proceed with the meeting through visual. I'm now suggesting that after the clarity that once we miss the president, now we are only going to see him physically on the 9th November. We have missed him in this quarter, meaning that we are now just at the beginning, Chair. We are now starting to violate our own rules ourselves as the members of the NCOP. Now, my take is that let us stick to our initial date of visual, so that we are within our rules. Then from in that other date, if it will be the next quarter, we can still see the deputy president physically. Because if we starting on the wrong footing, it will be not fine. So now I'm suggesting that I know with the issue of network, even where we are now, the network can disappoint us at any time. There is a problem of whereby sometimes electricity is not there and all those things. So now my suggestion is that for us to do the right thing, so that we mustn't cause our deputy president, especially the leader of government business, a problem. So I suggest that let us go visually. And then, like I'm saying, it's not going to be the first, it's not going to be our first interaction with the deputy president. As long as we know that in terms of the rule, then we'll be fine. And then going forward, we can still, we can still push to make sure that we meet with him physically. But just like now, we're supposed to meet physically, but the situation didn't allow us to go and meet physically there. We are now on the visual platform. We can still do the meaningful input, on the issue. So now my take is that let us stick to our initial date. Then in the next quarter, we can still, even if in the next quarter we call him twice, even if, let's say, we feel that during that time of visual there were issues, we are not satisfied, then as long as we know that at least we'll be complying and make sure that at that time he's able to answer the question, because the question that we are not going to ask for the deputy president is not the question that we can postpone. That is why the law requires us that each and every quarter the president must come. He even committed before us the day before yesterday, to say that his leadership is ready to account before us at any given time. So I suggest that we let us stick to our initial date. We compromise for visual. We must pray that we get the network. Like now, we are all in here. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much, Honorable Mokwele, Honorable Farmer. I see Honorable Makesini as well, and Honorable Nonkonyane's hand. Again, Honorable Billy.
Honorable Mabilo as well, Honorable Chair.
Oh. Yes, Honorable Mabilo. Thanks.
Honorable Chairperson, good morning. Good morning, honorable members. Chairperson, I've been understanding this point right up until Honorable Mokwele speaks. Every time when he speaks, I'm confused again. But if my understanding is correct, and we can have the Deputy President on a virtual platform on the 19th, and also then live on the 7th, that would be where my support is for the program to include both occasions. The one is virtual and the other one is live. If my train of thought is still in line. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much. Next hand.
Makesini, Chairperson.
Yes, Honorable Makesini, you're following.
No, morning, Chair. Good morning to members. I think the Chief Whip, I'm seconding the proposal of the Chief Whip so that we stick on the 19th of September. Then the 7th will also be covered for the 7th November. Already we'll have a date for the third quarter. So I think the proposal of the Chief Whip, that's the proposal that I fully support it. Thank you, Chairperson.
Thank you very much, Honorable Makesini. Can we then take the next speaker?
Chair and honorable members. Nonkonyana again. Am I audible, Chair? Chair?
Yes, you are audible, Chief.
Yes, you
yes.
are audible. I can hear you. You can proceed,
Okay.
Honorable Member.
No,
Thanks.
no, thank you so much. Good morning, members. Thank you very much. I'm really caught between the rock and the hard place on this issue. Unfortunately, I'm on the way, and I would have loved to read that applicable rule. If the rule is rigid, then naturally the point raised by the chief whip is the correct one. But if it is not rigid, then the point raised, thank you, Chairperson, because we did raise this matter and we're very grateful that you did, as mandated, engage the presidency. Then I would agree. With Honorable Khadebe on this issue, I'm in the rural area in the Eastern Cape. I might as well miss him, and because of that prior commitment, that's the concern I had. I did raise it with my chief whip, but anyway, I agreed with the majority that in any case we might as well go for 19. So my proposal is that can that rule be read? And if it is rigid, then naturally there's no point of us discussing this matter any further. But if it's not, then naturally I think the proposal emanating from your report, Chair, is the one that I will support. Thank you very much.
No, thank you very much, Honorable Nokonyani. Back to Honorable Billy again.
Thank you very much, Chair. I'll be very brief this time around. I think there was a mention from the Chief Whip of Rule 2251, which specifically guides us in this process. And I understand the complexity of the timeline. But I think the clarity, Chairperson, and I think you must guide us here with the assistant of Advocate Pindela, that in an event where we decide to proceed with the date preferred by the Deputy President, will we not be in violation of our very same rules? I think it's important, Chair, that we try by all means to do what is correct. And I certainly would not want to support a process which is in violation of the rules. And in an event where we are in violation of the rules, I would respectfully request that the objection from the representing the delegation of KZN be registered if we are indeed in violation, because I don't think Honorable Hadebe's interpretation of the rule that the president can make up for not coming in this term, in the next term, that is not correct. It is not accommodated for in the rules. The rules are quite specific that he must come for each term. And if we are proceeding with allowing him to rather come the next term, certainly will be in great violation of our own rules. And I don't think that we would want to do that with your assistant, Chairperson, and the administration. I submit.
Thank you very much. I now move on to Honorable Monaniso. She's back online.
Okay, thank you, Chairperson. And let me start by apologizing because I was actually, I had a network challenge. Chair, One, I still remember in our meeting that we discussed this issue, whether to go visual or not, based on the fact that we knew that some of us won't be available physically. And members actually pressurized you and emphasized that you must go and check with the deputy president in terms of his availability, because we would want to be physical to engage with him. You did so, you went, then you just came back today to give us full details in terms of what could have transpired and the date that it's been preferred. And you have just indicated to us that if we don't actually take these questions and answers on the 19th, as it is suggested, it means that we are deferring that particular program. So one wants to agree that you did what we assigned you to do, and now members now are raising issues in terms of what if we during that provincial week, some of us will be in the rural areas and will have a challenge of connectivity. So we won't be able to execute our work as supposed to. So I want to say to members in this platform that let's agree that we actually take the day that it's being suggested as one of the days that would interrogate with the DP, noting that the quarter that we wanted to engage on, it has passed, on the basis that one, as Honorable Billy could have said, that we don't want to violate the rights. But this is because of our own making, by saying that we don't want to engage with the president virtual. So we need to own up this mistake and agree that we'll do things better and make sure that we don't violate any right. And I want to actually support Honorable Govenda by saying that we are fine with us coming physically and engaging with the DP around November. So I just want to say that, and withdrawing in terms of my support with what has been said by the chief. But lastly, the issue that I think that we just need to verify is that issue of us making sure that we're not going to be violating any rules of the NCOP as members of this parliament, because we need to adhere to these particular rules. So chairperson wants to agree, we defer the program and then continue with what we have agreed on in terms of November. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Honorable Chair, Mabilo, yeah.
Oh, I'm still muted, sorry. I was saying thanks to Honorable Mananiso. I will now move on to Honorable Molukume. Oh, Honorable Mabilo first, Honorable Molukume, and again Honorable Mukwele and Honorable Mukonyana.
No, thanks. Good morning, Honorable Chairperson and all the colleagues on the platform. Chairperson, I don't think it will be correct for us to want to shift the goalposts and move up and down. I think the motivation given by the Chief Whip and subsequently supported by other colleagues that says that we stick to the 19, it assists us, it extricates us from the current dilemma and the unintended consequences that the colleagues are fearing of violating the rules. This exactly gives us a way out of this situation. I think the current situation that we find ourselves necessitate for us to be pragmatic, to be realistic. The contextual factors and objective and subjective factors and the current conditions dictate otherwise. And the only way out for us, Chair, is as motivated. Let's not procrastinate. Let's not defer to November. Let's move with the move that says the 19th is the date that we should embrace. appreciating the challenges that some of our members will be confronted with as raised in terms of access to network, Wi-Fi, etc. We understand that. But let's also be creative and look into how then we can try by all means to circumvent that challenge. But for us, Honorable Chair, to want to say November and not the 19th is not fair. And I think I am persuaded by the motivation by the Chief Whip, and I would want to take this opportunity in conclusion, Chairperson, to say that let me attempt to persuade our members, our honorable members on the platform, to move for the direction given by the Chief Whip. Thank you very much. Thank you, Honorable Chair.
No, thank you very much, Honorable Mabilo. The hand of Molokume is the next one, followed by Honorable Mukwele, Honorable Nonkonyana, Honorable Numalo, in that order.
No, thanks, Chair President. Good morning to honorable members. Can I check if Renaledi translator in this meeting, Chair? Can I my own language?
Are
If
there
I'm allowed.
translators advocate in this meeting? But there's nothing that stops you, honorable member, to speak in your language.
No, thanks, Chair, again for the opportunity. And I still remember or recall very well, members, last time when we were discussing about this issue in our previous meeting. Members requested the chair to go and check if she can get another date for the president to be able to come and answer. Now there's an issue of violating the rules, of which I agree with that, but not forgetting that we had these conversations. Members were complaining about having this meeting visual, given the challenges that they were raising in that meeting. So now the chair has come back to us to say, this is the date that we have, I was able to get from the deputy president, and she's bringing back what we have sent her to do. So if members, we are agreeing that stick to the date of the 19th is still fine on the second quarter, and also the date of the 9th of November in the next quarter, then it's fine. But in future, when we decide on issues or when we put proposal on the table, we should consider checking whether we are violating the rules or we are not. So, Chair, my proposal is that, or I will agree with those who are saying, let's consider the 19th of this quarter, which is September, and also the president can still come back on the 9th of November. So I think we have deliberated on this matter, Chair, for such a long time. So that's my submission, Chair. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Molokume. There's Honorable Numalo.
You have jumped me, Chair.
Oh, Honorable Mukwele, because I wanted to hear the new voices first. You've been repeating yourself, but let me allow you, Honorable Mukwele, and then in that sequence, Honorable Numalo will come in, and I see the hand of the Chief Whip now.
No, thanks very much, Chair, and also my apology for coming many times on the item. You are more than correct. I also realize that. But Chair, maybe first and foremost, let me appreciate you that as the House or as the meeting, we have requested you to engage the President to come up with another day, as our wish was to see the President physically, because maybe I was the one who was supporting that. But Chair, the only unfortunate part is that you went there as requested by the meeting, which we appreciate. The only unfortunate part is that the date falls outside this term. And the deputy president is required to answer question by law every term. In this house, and it will be in the violation of the rules. That is the only disadvantage. But as we are saying, Chair, I want to, as I've even agreed when I was speaking, to say that let us agree with the 19th for the visual sitting and the 7th November for the physical sitting. So that is why I wanted to bring this, so that, Chair, as if that we don't say that we have asked you to go there. Yes, if the date was within the term, there was no problem. But the only problem is just that it is outside. So we are with you, we are with everybody in the meeting. So I'm just saying that, because the thing of agreeing on the 19th and on visual on the 7th will then accommodate all of us. So, and my apology for coming many times on the same item, which is not a very good thing. Thank you, Chairperson.
Kaspedi ba oketša ba re ke kgomo ya mošate. Wa e gapa o molato, wa e lesa o molato. Ke se re leng busy ka sona mo. Thank you, Honorable Mokwele. Honorable Numalo.
No, thank you very much, Chair. My greetings to your good self and all the colleagues who have connected. Thank you so much for affording me this opportunity just to speak on the matter. I was listening to all of us saying whatever that we have said. I think it's best that we follow the 19th, we do the visual, and then on the 7th, as we have asked you to meet with the DP to have a physical meeting where we'll be able to ask all those questions. Chairperson, we have taken a very long time on one item. I think it's best that we take the route the Chief Whip has just said, because really we're supposed to do things according to the book. We're supposed to make sure that we stick to it, even if sometimes it's very difficult. So, but I think we've taken a very long time on one item. Let's take the 19th and also the 7th of November for a physical meeting with the DP and be able to say whatever that we say, and then we move forward. Thank you very much.
Oh, I was muted. Thank you very much, Honorable Numalo. There's a hand from Honorable Mwima, as well as Honorable Khatebe, Honorable Dlamini, Honorable Ryder, in that sequence. I don't know if it's historic hand for Honorable Molukume, or is she coming back?
It's the historical.
Okay, thanks. In that order.
No, Chair, I'm just saying that the discussion on this matter has been for a very long time, because the rule is peremptory. When it says must, it's not discretionary. Therefore, like as Honorable Ngumal has indicated, there's been a lot of discussion. I suspect in this instance, it's only correct that probably let's get the advocate, that's in terms of his interpretation, and then we allow the meeting to move forward. Thank you, Chair.
It's not a question of an interpretation, Chief Whip. It's a question that has been, it's a dilemma that has been caused by you yourself in the previous meeting. Now allow members to ventilate so that all of us will learn from our mistakes, and in future, you know, I'm being very patient with you on this. I should have closed this time long ago, but I want us to err so that we understand better. We don't repeat the same again. When we've set the date is been set, and accordingly we must stick to that. So to be creative, and today we want to say that the rules are a panacea over this matter, when at that time we didn't see it that way. It's a problem. We must be consistent in the manner in which we do our work. The same question I have posed in our last meeting, and you were very adamant, as you are today. Said, no, hey, let's do this. No, we must come physical. But the question is, are we within timeline? So each time we do things, colleagues, let us have a foresight and be realistic, stick to the rules. That will help us, because it now sounds as if that DP is the one who wants to decide for us when does he want to come, when in actual fact that is not the case. We gave him the 19 to come and respond to the question, of which he acceded to. Now you say, no, go back to the DP, request him to change. We had to allow him the latitude because he's got a schedule as well. It's not like he's sitting waiting for us to call him anytime, anyhow. He's got a schedule which he needs to adhere to as well. The commitments have already been made. This has already been registered, members. Now, he agrees and said, the earliest time this is it, I'm bringing back to you in line, being mindful that the rule says he must appear before us per quarter. And this takes us way outside that first quarter. And even in the last, we said, bear in mind, this date, it's quite closer to nearing the end of the quarter. In fact, we're already out even by next week already, by next week already, but at least not that much given the transition that we had to undergo. So colleagues, in future, I'm not going to allow these things to happen again, over and over again, because the very same confusion, Chief Whip, it's you who proposed this thing. And again, it's you again. It can't go on like this. We need to be consistent. It cannot. Let's stick to the rules and make sure that we run our business in accordance with the way in which we have agreed. Now, if indeed we felt so strong that no, we want to see him physically for the first time, the network connection, of which the points were valid, some of them, particularly the issue of a network, given the fact that we will be all over the country. It made a sense to all of us to say that, you know what, let's not disadvantage anyone. Follow that route, and the route that has been followed. Therefore, it is not within his hands. It's a discretion that you yourself, honorable members, has created. The quagmire we find ourselves in, it was created by us. But nonetheless, be that as it may, I will go back and plead with DP. But I must say, it looks so unprofessional. And I don't like such things. It looks so unprofessional. It gives an impression as if you don't know what you're doing. Today you turn left, tomorrow you turn right. And I don't know, I wonder which direction are you now gonna take us? No, colleagues, it can't go on like this. There has to be consistency, and we must stick to the rules of the house. It borders on issue of inconsistency and also not being considerate of what is before us at that time. Maybe it was out of excitement, but it's catching up with us. It is understandable. Now we're much more enlightened on issues. Hence, I deliberately open this so that as members, all of us, we can express and have a sense, a better good sense, so that even tomorrow, you must know, I will not agree to this. I will not agree to this. We will stick to what, without stifling or suppressing your views. But if something is not right, it is not right. So we can't be dilly-dally, being all over. Today, we're purple, the following day, we're gray. No, colleagues, we must be consistent. Really, that bothers on issues of not being consistent with the rules. I don't know if there are other members, they still want to speak. I will go back again. Once again, plead with DP. But really, we're not being fair to him as well.
I would like to
not being fair to him
I would
as
like to
well.
come back after my them.
If I can afford Honorable Khatebe, Honorable Ryder, Honorable Dlamini, and who likes to come back again? Nkonyana as well.
Yes.
Yes. Honorable Khatebe.
No, thank you, Honorable Chairperson. I cannot agree with you more on your last, on what you have just uttered concerning this issue of dilly-dally. Because what is going to happen if you go back to the DP, you find that even for that day of the 19th, has already scheduled something else. And then it creates a problem for him. But I think that even when in the other like programming, I was not even in, but I understood the sentiments that the members wanted to be physical. The members wanted to be physical. So if the only available date for the deputy president was the 7th of November, it was per the request of the members here. But Chair, what I'll also suggest with that one, but as I said, when I opened, or when I started my input last time, that the issue of the visual meeting is not a problem, it's in the rules. It is in the rules. So we stick to, but what we have to acknowledge then is that some members might not be able to join in. So we cannot be held responsible for that later. No one must come back to you as a chairperson and say that one, I could not, or we could not participate because the network was poor on our side. As I said, Chair, the visual platform meetings are within the rules. They're within the rules, and then as they're within the rules, they can be done. But it means that there's a high chance of exclusion of other members. But it's not a problem. If the House feels that this must be done, it must be done, is within the right of this House. But now the caveat out of this is now we are going to go back to the deputy president. What I'll appeal you to do is that date of the physical, which is called for the 7th, let's stick it for the 3rd quarter. That letters were not changing that. Let's stick to that one. But for this one, we can do it visually. And then I think that it will have covered everyone. Thank you, Chair.
Thanks, Honorable Khatebe. And the next hand is Honorable Ryder.
Thank you very much, Chair.
Honorable Nkonyana Dlamini, Honorable Billy. Honorable Billy, you are coming for the 3rd time. I'm not going to allow you this time. Over to you, Honorable Ryder.
Thank you very much, Chairperson. Yeah, good morning, everybody. Look, I do think that we need to take cognizance of the two different perspectives that have been put today. And I think, Chair, I want to highlight what you said, is that we must be consistent. If my memory serves me correctly, Chairperson, this is not the first time that such a situation has arisen. And so there will be precedents. So I do think it would be important for us to hear from Mr. Pandela how this has been dealt with in the past and how much leeway we have in that regard. I do think that Mr. Khadebe's first submission, where he said that based on our program, and it is our program and our recess that we put in place, which is causing a clash. So based on that, I mean, we certainly, in terms of the rules as well, have the right to make a determination that we can probably move or defer the this quarter's question session into the next period. That's my understanding of the rules. Because you can't look only at the rule that talks about the deputy president. You also need to have a look at the powers of the programming committee. So read that rule as well as we make our considerations. There will be precedent, and I think we should be guided by that. However, Chairperson, I do want to make the point quite strongly that Provincial Week is a busy program. We have much to.
Honorable Rider.
Yes.
Honorable, you keep on cutting. Where you are, you've got a very bad network connection.
I'm sorry, I'll turn my video off, Chair. That should be better. I apologize. I'm in the parliamentary precinct, so it should be strong, but that's fine. Chair, my big request is if we do choose to have a virtual meeting, I would like to propose that we try and schedule the question session right towards the end of the day, preferably in the evening, in fact, so that it doesn't complicate our site visits and the program of Provincial Week. And in that way, I think members will also be assured that they will all have returned to their various hotels where they will be staying, and there should be much better bandwidth. So my preference is to defer the questions. However, if we do have the questions, please can we have it in the evening rather than at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Rider. We'll move on to Honorable Dlamini.
Thank you, Chairperson. Good morning to the Chair and good morning to the meeting, Chairperson. I think you have guided us quite correctly, Chair, in your summary, because indeed we have caused this frustration and whatever that is going on now to ourselves by ourselves. Chair, for me, I don't have a problem, and I'll never have a problem on how meetings are scheduled. For me, all meetings are important and will produce the same results, whether the meeting is virtual, whether the meeting is physical, whether it's the first meeting, whether it's the middle meeting or the last meeting. From where I'm sitting, I don't have a problem on how meetings are being scheduled, Chair. I'll forever avail myself. If not, I'll tender an apology, Chair. But I don't have a problem on how meetings are being held. So even on this one, Chair, I've never had a problem whether the president is going to address the House for the first time, the last time, virtual or physical. I did not have a problem whether the president comes 1, 5, 3rd or 4th time. I don't have a problem, Chairperson. I'll support each and every a way in which the meetings are scheduled, Chair. But this is a lesson we have learned, Chair, that we have to be flexible and amicable at all material times so that we are able to do our work. Because sometimes, Chair, we become hard on ourselves unnecessarily so, and put pressure on ourselves unnecessarily so. The other issue I want to raise, Chair, again, that it has to be a lesson to us. The issue of us holding executive accountable, we know that is our mandate, that is our responsibility. That is what we are going to do for the next coming 5 years, holding executive accountable. It doesn't mean when, how. What is important is that how do we execute our program and accommodating everyone, Chair. But it must not be our understanding as if when an executive is not available or anyone, therefore, accountability cannot happen, or somebody or certain individual are not respecting the House. We need to assist each other. We need to have a good relationship amongst ourselves because we all understand our responsibilities, Chair. But what it cannot be taken away from us as this August House is that we have this responsibility of or playing an oversight role, holding executive accountable. No one can take it away from us. It is our responsibility for the next 5 years, and we are going to do it collectively, so Chairperson and individually pay our different responsibilities. Thank you very much, Chairperson.
Thank you, Honorable Dlamini. Honorable Nonkonyana and Honorable Billy, you've had your bite twice, and therefore I will not allow you this time to speak. I think we've spoken quite extensively on this matter. Instead, I would request the Secretary, Advocate Pindela, on the matter that says what harm really, because a must, it's you just have to do it that way. There's no way out of this. But if there's anything that could be done possibly, but we must accept this is our own fault, and there's no one to be blamed in this regard. It is us who has put ourselves into this mess, and therefore we really need to clean it up such that it is responsible. And I pray and I hope that the DP finds it very well in his heart to understand our weakness and accordingly relook at the date of the 19th so that we proceed with the business of Parliament as expected of us. So in line with the rules, because we don't want to create unnecessary precedents. So, but colleagues, let's just learn to be consistent and do things in accordance with how things should be done. All of us. Let's stick to the rules, let's read the rules and make sure that we are on top of our game in terms of understanding what is it that ought to be done at that time. I'm really pleading with you. This, to me, it looks kind of like we are so disorganized. We're really disorganized, and it can be correct. Let it be the first and the last that we do things this way. Let's stick to the program and make sure that it's executed to the letter. Unless something drastic happens that is way beyond our control, it would make sense. It would really make sense. But really, yesterday we were saying this, today we're saying that. I have a problem with that. I have a problem. Rather say something that is unpopular, but we'll remember that and respect you for that. But today pink, tomorrow purple, can be correct. Now we don't understand you. Please, colleagues, I'm pleading with our conscience, all of us. Let's play the game in accordance with the rules. And therefore, I will accordingly revert back. In fact, DP, can I request that after this item, you share the next session, and let me try to get hold of DP. In the next coming 5 minutes, I should be back in this meeting so that we close this thing once and for all. Whether we like it or not, we must contact him. It's not a question of, I'm still talking. It's a question of us having to negotiate with him at this point in time, because this is our mess that we need to clean up. Please, colleagues, let's do that. Honorable Nkonyana, Honorable Farmer, you can come back.
Chairperson,
yes.
Can I please ask that you reconsider and not allow us to put you in this predicament? Can I then withdraw my previous support for both dates? If you have spoken to the DP and then offer another date, in the place of the 19th, meaning the 19th then fall away. In that case, I will not, I will apologize for allowing you to now be this unprofessional. I don't think we should go that route. I would rather say and ask you to not go back. Let's stick with the date of the 7th given by the DP, and let's get our act together rather than putting you, our leader, in this predicament. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Farmer. Honorable Nonkonyan.
Chair and honorable members. Am I still audible?
Yes, we
yes.
can hear you,
Chair,
Honorable Nonkonyan.
no. Chair and honorable members. The first impression lasts forever. And I'm saying so because we, and only we, took a decision that it would be preferable to have our DP, who is the head of government business, for the first time in the NCOP, live and with us in the chamber. For a reason, I'm not going to revisit those reasons. I guess we were aware of the rule, rigid, flexible, or whatever. But notwithstanding that knowledge, then we mandated our leadership to go and present a case for us in the presidency. Our leadership did exactly that. That was the first impression again. And now we want to suggest that, no, go back and say, no, we are realizing that we were mistaken, and revisit that. I'm pleading. I know I was part of the decision with the chief whip, which I respect. I've got utmost respect for him. In fact, even the rules for the colleagues that have spoken, I've got utmost respect for their views. But to protect the institution, to protect our leadership, is there going to be any harm if we all agree that no, let us reschedule then to the 9th, and that would be my first plea to all of us, so that we might really protect our leadership and protect this institution in that regard. And if then advocate would advise us that it will be still wrong, will it be wrong to have a motion sometime, couch it with a view then that we unanimously agree to reschedule the question in this first quarter for the second quarter? This is the alternative that I'm sponsoring. All I'm trying to plead is that let us not, how can I put it, taint the image of our leaders. And because we don't want the presidency or anybody to doubt our leaders that we send to them to say, well, these people may come tomorrow and change their whatever thing. No, let us protect that. The other thing, I think Honorable Ryder and Honorable Farmer, the provincial week is very, very, very important. Now, there are issues that we would like to highlight and project the image of the NCOP during that week, 16th to the 20th. Midstream, because of the questions that were put to the media, may therefore divert from that to the question to the presidency. And to me, really, we are going to appear as if we are not organized in the mind of the public out there. Hence, I'm pleading that can't we then agree that we have erred, yes, maybe, but let us therefore If we have made our bed, let us lie on it, provided, of course, we are all in agreement. Hence, I'm pleading really that let us all agree. And I think we have learned a hard lesson from now. Sorry, Chair, I may have taken a long time. I thought that I must just make that passionate plea, and I will not speak again. And any decision, it will be my decision, as I indicated that I'm actually torn in between the two hard places in this regard because of what I've already said. Thank you very much, Chair, and thank you very much, honorable members. I hope I've made sense. Thank you.
No, thank you very much, Advocate. When an old person has spoken, we must then follow suit. As such, we will step down this and move on to the next item, probably before we conclude that this meeting, we will then make a decision as to what is it that ought to be done moving forward. We'll now move on to the next item of the agenda. In the interest of time, I lost sense of my agenda. No, thank you very much for beaming it back. Can we then move on to the consideration of the draft parliamentary program by Honorable Molokume? Over to you.
Are we off, Chair?
We should be joined in. We should be getting a presentation from the programming whip.
Thank you.
Yes.
No, thank you, Chair, for the opportunity, and greetings again to honorable members. Can you please flag the program on the screen? I'm going to be quick, Chairperson, on this one, because this is the program that we have agreed on in the previous meeting. And I think on page 4, the advocate has already spoke about the changes that were made in terms of the dates there on the 3 spheres and the workshops of the whips and the chairpersons. So I'm not going to dwell much on that. Can we then go to, is it page 6, which is Thursday. We are having our programming committee meeting today. Then party caucus were supposed to sit at 10 to 12, and then 1 o'clock, then the provincial delegates meeting. Then on Friday, committee meetings. Can we go to page 7? Then the 2 of September is constituency day. On the 3rd of September, we'll have the committee sitting, and then 2 o'clock plenary, page 8. On the 4th of September, we'll have the committees that will sit also, and then on 2 o'clock, we'll have a plenary again, page 9. The Thursday, the 4th of September, we'll have a committee that will sit from 10 to 1, Select Committee on Security and Justice. And then on Thursday, we'll have party caucuses from 10 to 12. Then plenary will take place at 2. On Friday, the 6th of September, we'll have a Select Committee on Cooperative Governance and Public Administration and from 10 to 2. Then 9th of September, Constituency Day. And 10th, on the 10th of September, we'll have the Committee of Chairpersons meeting from 8 to 9:45. Then 10 o'clock to 4, that will be the ministerial briefing session. Then on the 11th of September, we'll have committees that will sit from 10 to 1. And then the provincial week should have set on 8:30 to 10. Next. On the 11th of September, we'll have the Committee on Appropriations from 10 to 1, and then committees will proceed on 2 to 5. The 12th of September, we'll have the programming meeting until the plenary that will take that will sit at 2. On the 13th of September, the committee will sit, Committee of Cooperative Governance, page 12. We'll have the Constituency Day on the 16th, and then that will be the provincial week. That will take place from the 17th to the 20th. I think on Thursday, we deliberated more on this issue, honorable members. Then the constituency period will start from the 23rd of September to the 7th of October. And honorable members, you can see that the issue of the Women's Parliament is not included in this second quarter, of which is taken out as is the joint meeting with the NA. So we are going to consider, talk to the secretary and also the chairperson to consider having the Women's Parliament that was supposed to happen on the 30th of August in the 3rd term, if it's possible. So chairperson, that is the draft second term parliament program that I'm presenting to the meeting. Thank you. I so submit, Chair.
Honorable members, my apologies, Lesoma on from her office. She's in the bathroom. If we're advocate, we can allow the deputy chair to take over, and then when she's back, she can continue the meeting. Please, thank you, advocate.
Colleagues, I think in the absence of the chairperson for a short while, allow me to then ask for any inputs that were made by the Honorable Chairperson of the Programming Committee. Are there any inputs from honorable colleagues, or do we accept the program as it has been presented?
Honorable Chair. Honorable Chair.
I see the hands of Honorable Mananiso, Honorable Mabilo. I'll take those two hands for now.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. I herewith want to approve the program as presented. Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable Mabilo.
Thank you very much, Deputy Chairperson, for allowing me to rise to support the proposal by Honorable Manani so that we accept that the program is spelled out. Thank you very much, Honorable Deputy Chair.
Thank you very much, honorable colleagues. Advocate, are there any comments from your side? I don't hear anything from advocate. I think then we shall approve the program as been presented. Can we move to the next item on? Can we fly to the next item on the agenda? Colleagues, who is speaking to this item?
Can the secretary please advocate lead with the item? Sorry, Chair.
Thank you very
Secretary?
much. Thank you very much. This item is normally presented by House Chairperson committees, but I will nevertheless proceed with the item if the Deputy Chair can just give.
Deputy Chair, if I can come in on that.
Okay, Honorable Ryder, go ahead.
Yeah, Deputy Chair, I was not even sent the meeting notice. I was not included on the email distribution, as I pointed out when we were dealing with the minutes. So I'm not prepared for this item. And yeah, perhaps if somebody else can take us through it. You know, if you want me to participate, I do need advance notice. Thank you, Deputy Chair.
Thank you very much, Deputy Chair. I will proceed to present the
Advocate, go ahead.
Yes, we currently have on slide 3, we have 5 bills that have been revived, and they are all bills affecting provinces. These bills were revived in the last program committee meeting. Those bills are the Marine Oil Pollution Preparedness Bill, B10B of 2022, Section 76, as I've indicated. The current status is that the bill was deferred to the 7th Parliament, and the new committee is to schedule the bill during the 3rd quarter. The next one is the Public Administration Management Amendment Bill, which was also deferred to the 7th Parliament, and the SIDA committee is to consider the bill, and this is due to the reconfiguration of committees. The next one on slide 6 is Public Service Amendment Bill, B13 of 2023. As I've indicated, is a bill affecting provinces. It was also deferred to the 7th Parliament, and it is to be considered during this Parliament. The next one is the Independent Municipal Demarcation Authority Bill, also deferred to the 7th Parliament. It is to be rescheduled to be dealt with by the committee. The next one is the Older Persons Amendment Bill, B11 of 2022. The consideration of the bill was also deferred to the 7th Parliament, and the committee must deal with that bill during this term, or in the next term, in fact. Then we also have the petitions. We have the petition which came from the Kwasazana Local Municipality, Erigwala District Municipality, by Honorable Protestant. That is a very old petition. It's a 2019 petition. It did not serve before law. It was referred to a committee. The committee did not deal with that petition. I am not sure if this petition is still lines. Then the next slide is the forensic investigation in terms of section 106, 1B of the Local Government Municipal Systems Act. The committee is to deal with that report. Is a report of the 2020. Is the report from the Western Cape for 2020, and the committee we hope will deal with that report. We also have a petition from Mr. S.D. Ngobo. It's also an old petition, a 2020 petition. The committee will deal with that petition if that petition is still relevant. Thank you very much, Deputy Chairperson. That takes me to the end of the presentation on this.
Honorable colleagues, thank you very much, firstly, Advocate Pendela, for taking us through those bills that are still before us. If I counted correctly, I think there's about 5 bills that have been moved into into this period. So I think we need to consider working on those bills. And there was, I think, 2 or 3 old petitions going back as far as 2019. The one that's deal with water infrastructure, and then there was the Municipal Systems Act report that we need to consider, as well as another old petition from 2020. Could I have colleagues comment on what do we do with these old petitions? Because as Advocate correctly said, I don't know whether these old petitions still stand and whether we should still take them on board. Colleagues who have been in the NCOP in the 6th Parliament, maybe you can advise us in terms of where we stand with those 2019-2020 petitions. Colleagues, I will request your input on this matter.
Deputy Chair, my hand.
Yes, I see the Honorable Briet. I see the hand of Mokwele. And I think Advocate Pendela, I think you've got your hand up. Let's start with the Honorable Briet.
Thank you, Deputy Chairperson. Deputy Chair, what I think needs to be, firstly, it needs to be established. I think we can't make this decision. Let me stop there. We can't make a decision to say that these are old petitions, so we aren't going to deal with them. I need, and I think Advocate Pendela needs to advise us, and or the Secretariat maybe need to make contact with the people who submitted the petitioners, and see whether these petitions are still valid and they would like Parliament to proceed. I think that is what we firstly need to establish. And then once that has been established and they would like us to deal with it, I think we need to deal with them, irrespective of whether they are old or not. It is our job to see to petitions and to deal with them. And that is the process I would propose we take forward. Thank you, Deputy Chair.
Thank you very much, Honorable Briet. Honorable Mokwele, and then Advocate Pendela and Honorable Ryder. Honorable Mokwele, are you still there?
Yes, Chairperson, because I've learned that you mentioned Honorable Briet first before. That's why I was quiet. But nonetheless, let me just come in. Thanks very much, the Chair of the session, the Deputy Chair. Chair, I've got a view. My view is that that we need to proceed with those petitions, even though, yes, I'm agreeing with the latter speaker who was saying that we need to get advice. But my view is that we need to proceed with those petitions because of this, Chair. Luckily, some of us, we have been summoned many times by the NCOP while we were still in other responsibility, because the thing of us as NCOP, when people make petition to us, we are not doing follow-ups, and even our recommendation, because remember, like we said, that at the 7th administration, we want to do things differently. We don't want people come to us and complain only to find that their petitions, they end up nowhere. So that is why at some point, those who were outside before, we felt that the NCOP, they are just doing things for just compliance. After that, you can't get any reply, because remember, we are still going to do the oversight. We are still going to go back to the same community, the same people. When we get there, they will still gonna ask us to say that, you NCOP, last time you were here, we have raised this thing with you. Even today, there is no response. So why are you still coming? So that is why I'm saying that if indeed we are saying that as the 7th, I'm not saying that the 6th, they were not doing things correctly, but I'm just talking in terms of doing, or in terms of following up when people have complained. I think they just end up nowhere. So I'm now my view is that the administration needs just to also to go deeper and find out about where we can still get, whether we can still get those people that make petition. But my view is that because in government there is no vacuum. When they ask us, we can't say we are new, because in fact we are taking the baton where the previous administration left. So my view is that we need to follow up and know those petitions. And also, as the new administration, we need to make sure that even when we go and do oversight, as the chair was addressing during his during the first sitting, to say that in this NCOP, we are not going to be an NCOP that will go and make the recommendation that will just end up nowhere. So my suggestion is that we need to proceed with those petitions as long as we can. The administration can advise us and be able to trace it for us, that once we attend to them, are those people that are still there. That's my submission, Deputy Chair.
Thank you very much. I think that's a very progressive and forward thinking view there. Advocate Pendela, I see your hand next, and then Honorable Ryder.
Thank you very much, Deputy Chairperson. Indeed, I can't take it further. The matter is before as to how those petitions should
Sorry, Advocate, you are breaking up badly. I couldn't hear you very clearly. I don't know whether others could hear you.
Thank you very much, Deputy Chairperson. I was saying that I can't take it further than that, because the matter is before a committee, and the committee must deal with the matter and report back to the House. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, Advocate. Honorable Ryder.
Yes, Chair, I just wanted to make the point. There's a committee that deals with petitions, and it's not up to this body to do their work for them. So I think we leave it in their hands. Thank you.
No, that's great. So I think, Advocate Pendela, we will refer those bills to at least those petitions to the committee concerned, and then we will need to then resuscitate those bills that we need to take forward. And I think we need to ensure that we do our work correctly in terms of those bills that have been referred to the 7th administration. I see the hand of Rashida Beg.
Thank you, Deputy Chairperson. My name is Rashida Beg. I'm the Division Manager for Core Business Support, and committees resides within this division. Maybe just to bring to the attention of the meeting that in terms of the guidelines to petitions, at the end of a parliamentary term, petitions that are before a committee lapses, but may be reinstated by resolution of the House. So we must just make sure that that resolution has been formalized and that the matter is properly before this committee. But I will follow up on this matter outside this meeting together and consult with Mr. Ryder on that matter. Thank you very much.
My apologies, Deputy Chair.
Yes, Advocate.
Yes,
Right.
we will remember that there was a motion which was moved in the House for the revival of bills and other matters which were before committees. So that decision, the House has taken that decision to revive all these matters.
No, thank you very much, Advocate. And yeah, I do recall that there was a decision, a resolution that was taken that we revive those bills as well as the petitions. Thanks for the advice also from Ms. Beg. So let us proceed in that manner. Colleagues, are we done with this matter on the bills and petitions? If we are, can we move on to the next item? Could we flight the agenda again, please?
Chair. I'm sorry, I'm trying to raise my hand. Nonkonyana.
Okay, Honorable Nonkanyana, I couldn't see your hand, but okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
I'll let you.
No, Chair, I had my hand up, but I had to lower it when you said those that were present at the previous parliament should actually be the one that we must hear, which I respected. But I'm on another incidental matter, Chair, just to raise it. I noticed that there are bills that have been referred. There's a Dr. Zingicele who is.
Somebody is disturbing you. All right, I think, okay, you may proceed now.
No, thank you, Chair. Then all I was saying is this, then that I'm on the issue of bills that were before the NCOP that we by resolution we have revived them. And I have no problem with that.
Are you done, Honorable Member? Honorable Chief, we can't hear you anymore. I'm just asking whether you are done with your input. All right, let's move on.
Chair?
Are you back, Chairperson? Okay.
Yes, I am.
All right. Just to give you feedback, Chairperson, we dealt with the outstanding bills that were referred to the 7th administration and the old petitions. And as we had agreed by resolution in the House that we will continue with those bills and the petitions that go back as far as 2019, because as honorable members have said that we need to show that as a 7th administration, we are serious about taking bills and taking them to their correct conclusion. So that is where we were when you came in, Honorable Chairperson.
No, thank you very much, Honourable Deputy Chair, for the feedback. I've had the deliberations that ensued, but just to put the members in comfort that that process is proceeding, and as such, we've already written to all the provinces to say that the following beings are now being resuscitated, and work with regards to this will then start in due course by the respective committees. So it's all systems on the go. We need to see them through. Thank you very much for those inputs. I suppose now we move to the next item on the agenda.
The chair is muted.
Yes, can we have the agenda flighted? It's just the bills that are being flighted now.
Honorable Speaker, honorable members and colleagues, I greet you all. We concur with the committee report on the status of the bills that are before Parliament. Currently, we have 12 bills that are before the NA committees, and of which 10 of those bills are executive bills, and only 2 of those bills are private members' bills. Two private members' bills is SA Reserve Bill, which is Bill 26 of 2018, and Electoral Commission Bill, Bill 15 of 2023. We also have one bill that needs to be referred for mediation. And then on slide 3, we have 5 bills that are before the NCOP committees. 5 of those bills lapsed before the NCOP committees at the end of the 6th Parliament on the 25th of July 2024, and those 5 bills have been revived. They were revived on the 29th of July 2024. Those bills were Marine Oil Pollution, Preparedness, Response and Cooperation Bill, the Older Persons Amendment Bill, Independent Municipal Demarcation Authority Bill, Public Administration Management Amendment Bill, and Public Service Amendment Bill. And then on slide 4, we have bills that are passed and sent to President for assent. That slide starts from slide 4 and ends to slide 5. It's the continuation of those bills. And then on slide 6, we have 2 bills that were passed and assented to by the President on the 16th of August 2024. Those bills are Electricity Regulation Amendment Bill, which is Bill 23 of 2023. It was assented and now it is Act 38 of 2024. The second language for that bill is isiZulu. And then we also have Appropriation Bill, Bill 5 of 2024. Now it is Act 40 of 2024. And then the second language for that bill is Setswana. We have sent the act to the Constitutional Court for safekeeping. And then on the last slide, it's just the dates for medium-term budget policy statement, which will be on the 30th of October 2024. That concludes the report from the Bills Office. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any comments on the presentation?
Chair.
Honorable Nongonyana, is it you?
Yes, me, Chair. Sorry, I'm
Yes.
trying to raise my hand. Thank you so much,
Yes.
Chair, honorable members. Thanks. I was cut off, Chair, but I may have been out of order then, because I wanted just to ask whether what I've raised, that bill or any other bill that have been referred back to us by the Constitutional Court, are actually also in the pipeline. That's the only thing. Otherwise, I note it and I support, and I'm very happy about the progress that have been presented before us.
Thank you very much, Honorable Nongonyane, for that input. In the absence of any, we'll now move on to the next item of the agenda, which is the report on Parliament's legislative program. I don't know who's gonna present this for us. Advocate.
To send the bills before Parliament, I think they have been presented. It is the report that has just been presented now.
I can't hear you, Advocate. Can you repeat yourself? You were not audible.
Yeah, my apologies, Chair. I was saying that that report, Chair, is the report that has just been presented
Okay.
now. Yeah.
Oh, no, thank you very much. Sorry for that. That then brings us to the closure of our meeting. Before we close, you would recall that we said we would then make a determination as to what is it that ought to be done with regards to the Deputy President's response to Parliament. I have spoken to the DP. Accordingly, we have agreed that we'll revert back to the 19th, and again, based on what ensued on the platform, to say that on the very same day, we'll still be engaged with other work of NCOP through the NCOP week in respective provinces. I then suggested that we then have that virtual sitting late in the afternoon at 18 hours. So the sitting will convene at 18 hours on the 19th of September, so that we deal with the issue of oral questions by the Deputy President. And I want to open for you again, not so much if we agree with this arrangement.
Agreed, Chair. Let me raise my hand.
We agree, Chair.
Yes, Chair.
We are agreeing, Chair.
Thank you very much. I take it that Honorable Numal as well is agreeing. I saw her hand. We are all
in agreement. Thank you.
Yes, please, let's just be systematic in our approach. I'm appealing with you. Let this be the first and the last happening. Let's stick our line and make sure that we uphold the decorum of the House. We can argue and have dissenting views on other things, but not this daily bread issues that are prescribed as well. So please, colleagues, I know that it's in line of us learning and getting to understand things better as we move forward. Let's consult one another and make sure that there's seamless insofar as the processing of issues. Things and one another a bit better. Once again, thanks for your time. The meeting stand adjourned.
Thank you, Chairperson.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Honorable Chair and Honorable Members.
Thanks, Deputy. Thanks. Bye-bye.